Good morning, student. Today we are starting with the new chapter, Agriculture in India. Now, according to the board syllabus, there are three chapters which combines with one question, Agriculture of India, food crops and cash crops. All these together is you will be getting as a one big question of 10 marks. So first I am taking chapter 7, agriculture in India. The meaning of the term agriculture. Agriculture means that agri means land and culture means to grow. That means cultured, with the help of cultured seed, with human effort or by adding manure. It's not self-grown. It is grown by human being. So that is called agriculture. Now, importance of agriculture in India. India is an agricultural country. We have been studying or hearing this, that India is an agricultural country because more than 70% of the Indians are dependent on agriculture for their livelihood, directly or indirectly. Directly is by the farmers growing food and crops of different types, and then they are selling it in the market. So again, when it is sold in the market, people are employed there. Then some crops which are as a raw material for industry, that goes to the industry, like rice mill, sugar mill. All these are the mills where people are working. So directly it is the farmer and the family working, or the people employed for doing agriculture, and indirectly as an agriculture based industry, as a transport, as in the marketing sector. All these are dependent on agriculture. So it is called as an agricultural country. Now, importance of agriculture in India. First is, it is the source of national revenue. We are earning money. First, it was only that India is to grow only that much of crop which was required for itself. Now we are growing some crops like tea, coffee, rubber, or spices which we are exporting. So that is earning revenue for the country. Or even transporting one crop from one state to another. Like if Bengal is growing more of rice, they are transporting it to Punjab. Punjab grows more wheat, so it is supplying to the rest of the country. So that is giving source of revenue to the whole country. Number two, raw material for agro-based industry. Now the term agro-based means the industry which is dependent on agricultural raw material. Just now before this I told agricultural raw material like sugar cane, rice mill, it can be a jute industry, it is textile industry. All these are dependent on agriculture. So that is called as agriculture based industry. So agricultural raw material is supplied to these. Plus now generation of power is also there by agriculture. Raw material, that is your waste material of agriculture, is being used for generating power. Now employment to 70% of the population. In the same point, in the first point I explained that 70% of the people are employed or get revenue or source of income because they are employed either in agriculture directly as an agriculture, as a farmer, or as a seller, or in the market, or through the transport, or in the industries. So that is the total population is dependent. Now agriculture is being replaced by mineral based industries also, but still we call India as an agricultural country because maximum population is dependent on agriculture. Export of cash crop earns foreign exchange. Now word cash crop, the crop which is surplus, is not a crop, a fruit crop. It is those crop which is in surplus and can be exported to foreign countries for earning foreign exchange. India grows variety of cash crop. It is tea, coffee, rubber, then spices, coconut, all these which are grown, and even oil seeds, because foreign countries, especially those foreign countries which are temperate region, the temperature or the climate of that country is not ideal for growing oil seed. So India is exporting oil seeds also, India is exporting pulses also. So all these are earning foreign exchange for India. So it is giving an extra income to the country because of foreign exchange. Now, number 5, food and fodder for people and cattle. So for food, all of us, we are dependent on agriculture. If we are staying in the eastern part of the country, our main or the staple food is rice. If those people who are staying in the western part of the country, like Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, their main food is, or the staple food is, wheat. So according to that, all of us are dependent on crops for everyday life. We need crops for our everyday life. So that is there. And fodder. Fodder means food for the cattle. So the stalks that comes out from after extracting seeds of the plants, like rice stalks or sugarcane stalks, those are given to the cattle as a feed. So that is called fodder. Now these are the 5 importance of agriculture in India. Second part of the of this chapter is characteristics of Indian agriculture. Indian agriculture, again 5 points I've mentioned. Dependent on monsoon. We are totally dependent on monsoon. Now it is with the green revolution, we are changing that, we are going for irrigation also. So monsoon is comes for 4 to 5 months. Some states gets heavy rainfall, some states gets less rainfall, but still we are dependent, small farmers are dependent on monsoon. That is the characteristic. So main agriculture takes place from mid-June to September end, and in some places where the late monsoon is there, those states may be having different time. Like for example, Tamil Nadu even gets rainfall during winter season. So they get rain, they can cultivate during winter season also. Or Punjab gets rainfall from western disturbance, so they can grow crops in winter season. But mostly it is dependent on monsoon. Now, variety of crops because of long growing season. India has frost-free days, except for few states like Jammu and Kashmir, some part of Himachal Pradesh, some part of northeastern states of India. Rest of the country has long growing season. Out of 365 days, more than 200 days are frost-free. So a long growing season, variety of soil, variety of climatic condition, all those are there. For example, if we are taking climate, some part of the country, like in South India, they grow coconut, which we cannot grow because it is the coastal and the moderate temperature. Because of that, they can grow coconut. In Bihar and West Bengal, we are growing mustard oil. Not growing mustard oil, we are growing mustard to extract oil. In Gujarat and Rajasthan, they grow more of this groundnut. So they are dependent on groundnut oil. So we are having variety of climate, variety of soil, variety of other factors on which the agriculture depends. But the most important is long growing season, and that is why we get variety of crop. Number 3, we have tropical and temperate crop both. Tropical crop between Kanyakumari to 23.5 degree north, that is the place where we are staying, Ranchi, it passes through Ranchi. So that is a tropical region. So crops of different type is grown in tropical region. Temperate region like Punjab, Haryana, northern part of Rajasthan, all those places have different type of crop. So the tropical is mostly the dominant crop is rice, and for temperate crop, the dominant crop is wheat. So that is the characteristic of that we are growing tropical and temperate crops. Now number 4, small holding. This becomes a problem for Indian agriculture also. The farms are very small. If you ever seen any farm, you will be seeing that there are small plots of land, and between two plots there is a boundary. So we are wasting land by making boundaries. Now this is because of law of inheritance. The land passes from father to the son. So if the father has got two sons, he will divide his land into two parts. So that becomes, the size of the land becomes small. So that is the characteristics of small holding. Now in South India, they are overcoming with this. Instead of having small plots, now they are having large plots because they are doing cooperative farming. So those, whatever becomes a problem is being solved by the government as cooperative farming. And the last is subsistence agriculture. Now the word subsistence means we are growing, mainly the food crop is not so much that it can be sold out. The farmer is working in the field, farmer grows that much of crop which he requires for his own family, or little surplus which he keeps as a seed for the next year. So that type of cultivation is there in whole of India, except for now we are going for growing of cash crops. So mostly it is dominated by subsistence agriculture, where farmer is growing for his own family and family members are working on small plot of land. They don't have any mechanized instruments, they don't have any uh, harvester, nor do they have tractors. So the production is very low. So this is the main characteristics of Indian agriculture. In the next video, we'll be doing the problems of Indian agriculture and then the seasons of Indian agriculture.